Hey everyone, it's Josh again. Um, how's everyone doing? Okay, so you see I'm in live again. I did this in the last video. So that means I'm gonna be playing some live games. So if you remember, Maarten Smit did a co-analysis with me. I think it was the fourth game analysis. Some really good stuff from him. So today he decided that he wanted to do another video with us. So that'll be pretty cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a couple games, unrated at 10 minutes, and then after that I will call him on Skype and we'll have a little bit of an analysis after the video. So let's put 0 seconds, random here, unrated, create new game. Okay. Alright, here we go. So I'm gonna start with e4. It's my favorite opening. I've been playing d4 some too, but e4 is always my home field territory. Okay, so we have the Sicilian defense. Alright. I'm gonna play the Smith-Morra gambit. Wow, he advanced it. I think I've seen this variation somewhere. But now I've retained material equality, and I have a little lead in development. So it's pretty equal here, I think. It's interesting. He could go for a hedgehog position here if he wanted to. He's got the perfect setup for it since he's missing the c pawn. And I just have to be sure not to overextend if he chooses that way. Or if he tries to counterattack in the center, then that should lead to an interesting game as well. So now I do have play this. Now this is normally not very good because I've already developed this piece and then it hangs this pawn, but there is an idea behind it and I'm not quite sure if it's gonna work. I should have played rook to e1 first to protect the pawn before I played this. Okay, and you played this move. So I'm gonna go here. This is leading up to a common trap in the Smith-Morra, which with this knight here and this knight here, the traps probably, well, it's not going to work because this knight's guarding the queen. But normally, if this pawn takes here, then the bishop takes here, the king has to move, and then I take the queen. But, you know, that can't really happen here, so what I'm going to do is just take here. And if the knight takes, development is bad. If the king takes, the king's not very safe. But that's the only way to really hold on to this pawn. Also, if the king takes, I could take here, so either way, I regain my pawn. But then I guess taking here with the bishop could be kind of dangerous because he can move e6. So I'm going to take the pawn. Alright, and now we have material equality. Now that the knight can't move, because if he does, then my bishop takes here with check, or my knight attacking the rook too. I think I'd rather take with the bishop, actually. There. So okay, I need to be careful because this bishop's lined up with my knight and the knight is undefended. His bishop's also undefended, but it's not too consequential at this point. But right now he just wants the castle, and once he does, his king will be out from under fire and he can bring his knight back out. So I have a small lead in development, but it's not really too much. Recording. Okay, so you look at the time, I'm up 25 seconds here. So I have a small time lead, not very much. Materials even. I'm a little bit ahead in development, so this is slightly better for white, but nothing decisive, and probably against his strength I won't be able to get a win out of these things alone, so I just have to try to keep playing accurately. And then he's also going to be giving some of his own analysis. He's doing the recording as I'm recording, and he will upload that in another video that we will watch. That you can watch. I want to keep the bishop pair. I don't know, because if I take here, the bishop takes. I don't really like that, because, I mean, while the bishop is kind of weird here, it's not too bad. And I just gave up the bishop pair. So I'm going to retreat my bishop. Let's see, the knight can try to go here, attacking my knight here and the bishop. That could be a little tricky. Because if he takes here, I take here, bishop takes here because the knight's now undefended. So if he does play that, I'm going to have to be pretty careful. It looks like a pretty strong move now that I'm looking at it a bit deeper. Okay, so now I'm up about a minute on time. Okay, so you play this. Alright, it's the same idea. So, I need to be careful. It looks to me I just have to move my knight, and then after takes. I did lose the bishop pair I was concerned about, but now I have this open f-file. He has this open diagonal, too. So, it's an interesting position. So, it looks like I'm gonna have to move my knight. Either that or defend it. I could move my rook to e1 defending it. I guess that is an option. But then again, as I said, I want to use this open f-file. So, I think I want to move it. The question is where. The only place would be here or here. This is kind of loosey. So, let's move from right here. Alright, I took so much time on that move now. Our time's about even. Which is alright. And that's not very consequential and 10-0 until, you know, the difference gets really big. If I had 6 minutes and he had 3 minutes, then that'd be something for him to worry about. So, alright, he captures here. I'm going to capture here, and I have the open f-file. Perhaps I should, most people say, take with the h-pawn. But I don't know, now I have 2 half-open files and 1 open file. This rook's ready to go on any of the 3. And after I develop this knight, this rook will also be ready to take advantage of one of those. Alright, so material is equal. Black's pawn structure is perfect. He has a kingside pawn majority. I have a queenside pawn majority. I do have doubled pawns here. He has, there's 1 open file. Here's an half open file for him, and I have 2 half open files. So, it's interesting. See what happens. So, I guess right now I just want to get this rook into play. Because my 2 rooks can be pretty strong here. So, I'll develop my knight over here. The knight's not very good here, but there's not a better place, because if I put him right here, you know, I'm blocking my d file. He can move the rook right here. And putting a little pressure. So yeah, I want to move a knight here. So I think I move this knight here, and then if there's a takes. I guess bishop takes, he loses the bishop pair. I do get an isolated d pawn, so perhaps I want to put a rook behind it to avoid that conflict. Well, it looks like I'm up another minute on time. I usually move too fast, faster than I should in these games. Okay, so now he's connecting his own rooks, developing the bishop. I need to look at where can he put this bishop, and he can't put it here. He could put it here, but I could just kick it back. So the only really real place he could put it is here. This place isn't very good. But you could put it here. This isn't really a threat because that undoubles my pawns, which does close the f-file, but I still have these two files I can take use of. So I think what I want to do, see, I'm going to move my rook here. This threatens the bishop, so he's going to have to defend it or maybe move it. I move the knight here. If he takes, he loses the bishop pair, which is good for me. And then I can try to bring this knight here. So that's my plan. So let's see how it works out for me. You can also bring maybe this rook to c8, putting low pressure on my bishop. So now my knight moves here, I just drop the bishop, so if he plays that, I need to probably retreat the bishop. Okay, he defends. This is where I thought he'd play. So I guess I'm just going to continue with my plan. A beautiful plan. Okay, so if he takes, I could exchange rooks. Maybe. I don't know. If he takes with the bishop, I definitely could equalize a little bit more. Okay, and he plays this. This allows my going here. So after takes. Now he doesn't really want to trade this bishop off for my knight. Then it'll be two light squared bishops. He still has the bishop pair against a bishop and knight. But I'm glad I didn't get saddled with two knights, because as I've stated in previous videos, they don't work too well. I'm also targeting here. I guess go move back. At this point, maybe I could have gone here. No, never mind. This is a discovered attack. So now I'm threatening here. So he plays this. I guess did he miss it? I don't know if he missed the pawn. So go here with check. He doesn't want to go right here, I don't think, because that just sets up a discovered check. I don't know, looks good for me. Let's see if he had anything planned after that. Something that'll take me out. Since he's a pretty strong player. Okay, so he moved away. So now I need to save my knight, I guess. So where would be the best place to put him? My two options are f3 and b3. b3 takes away that square from the bishop, but f3 blocks the file where the rook is giving the bishop some support. So I don't know, it's an interesting decision. This is a critical moment right here. I could also move him back here, right here. I think maybe moving him to c2 would be good. I could try to relocate him over here or something. Looks pretty good for me. One thing is try to like visualize, like if you could place your knight on any square, just drop it and place it anywhere, where would you put the knight? And so if I could put this knight anywhere I wanted to, then I don't know. Actually, of all the squares, I can't really find a good one for my knight. Up here is a little away from the action, and plus it's far away. So I think right here is a pretty good square, at least for now, covering d5. So I'm gonna play that. And now I'm down on time a little bit, not too much. So then I could try moving this bishop, trying to exchange. If he exchanges, that's only good for me since I'm up material, but when you look at it, pawn structure wise, I still have these doubled pawns, but he has this isolated pawn, so interesting structural imbalances. This is a pretty positional game. I took a long time on the last move, didn't I? Now he's running down on time, so this is gonna turn into a little bit of a speed match, which I don't do as well in. Okay, so he is going for the exchanges. I don't want the rook to come here. Maybe. Let's try this. I'm still trying to get rid of the bishop pair. That'd be good for me. An interesting line is he comes here, I take, he takes, I take, he takes here. Okay, I play that instead. I'm just gonna go here, hitting the bishop. Bishop moves, I take his rook. Now I can try bring the bishop here, but he can just advance the pawn. And after he does that, bishop is pretty fortified. He can just move away the rook. Well, if he does that, he loses the pawn. He probably won't defend the rook, actually. Or he could just move the bishop right here right away, defending the rook. So now, say I decide to come here, you can take here. Okay, so he goes for the immediate anchor. So the question is, once he defends the rook, the bishop can move at any time. So when we come back here, put the knight out, the bishop out of this little spot. He takes, I take with check. Bam. Yeah, that'd be really good for me. So he's not gonna take, he's probably gonna move here defending. Or move there attacking. Okay, I guess the idea is I take here. He takes here with check, I have to move. And then he retakes with the rook. So that was a pretty good move by him. Now what if I just move my rook here? Now I'm threatening both. I mean my knight. Can you move this bishop anywhere? Threatening? I don't think so. Let's try that. Wow. I just looked at the clocks and they're both at 1:15. Alright, so we get down to the last minute, which means that we're both gonna have to play pretty fast or won't be able to give as much commentary. Time is of the essence, as they say. And now, like I said, an advantage in time gets a lot more important as there's less time on the clock, so. Alright, so he goes back here. So I'm gonna go here. targeting the pawn. Okay, this pawn's gone. Strong move. You can move the rook down here, or I guess not. He really doesn't want to trade. Alright, he's down to 10 seconds and I have 38, so this should be one for me. You can move down here with check. He didn't it though. 6 seconds left on the clock. Come on, exchange, boy. You can have those pawns. I could just taken that rook. Alright. It's a good game, Martin. Okay. I guess we're gonna play another one, and then we'll go over both games. Alright, so he plays e4, e5. Sorry if there are any d4 fans out here. Alright, I knew he's gonna play that. He plays that. Alright, we played a little casual blitz game, and I failed at this opening. Alright, so this was a line I played here, so I missed him taking the pawn. But now I know not to do that, so now I play here. Oh, so we're both playing pretty fast here. So material's even, development's about even. Targeting this pawn, but he just defended it. So yeah, we're both playing pretty fast in this game. Alright, so he's getting a kingside attack going. I don't know whether to be afraid of it or not. I'm trying to put counterplay in the center with this. He's probably gonna knock me out over here. A little defensive move. That was a good move. Can I advance? I think he has too many pieces attacking. Oh. Looks like he has me. This is why I suggest you do not play blitz. Or don't expect any beautiful games from blitz, because there are lots of mistakes. And try to slow down your play. He's even got more time than I do, and I'm playing too fast. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? Okay. This game looks like it's going to be over relatively quickly. So here. He can't take with the pawn. Well, not good. Yeah. His pieces are closing in quick for the kill. I think this is going to be a pretty instructive game. Okay, I need to take this pawn, so even if it requires material sacrifice. I'm down a pawn here. I'm about to be down another one. He's attacking me. Dang it. That's not good. This is so annoying. Now at this point, he has me. I have to sacrifice the exchange. I'm not sure if this is really necessary, but these pieces are too close. Now I'm threatening to take the rook, because there's a pin going on right here. Yeah, this game's already pretty much over. He's forced me to sack material, and I've been able to defend, but it's over for me. Wait, don't we... Last little trick. I come here, he moves up here, and I take his rook. He moves the rook right here, though it's defended. So again, he could take here, take... No. Yeah, I think just moving the rook right here, threatening mate here would be best. Okay, so he played this instead. Let's get greedy. Now my queen's covering this diagonal, so... I can't move the knight because of the pin going here. So... Even with the queen covering the diagonal, this pawn's still unprotected. Um... Let me try, see if I can keep checking him. Try to force a draw. I might be able to get perpetual check here, but I'm not certain. Yeah. He guarded against my check. Oh, mouse slip. Dang it. Slip. Okay. Okay, so that was a good game, Martin. Had a good attack going. The last second I mouse slipped. I meant to take the rook here with check, but I mouse slipped. So I wonder if if in this position, if I had taken, he'd take here, I took here. I wonder if I could have gotten a bit perpetual check. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure if this is drawn or not. Okay, let's go ahead and call him. Hey Maarten, can you hear me okay? Alright, let's turn up the volume a little bit.
You played that game really well.
Thanks.
That E5 text is interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if I could have gotten a perpetual check at the end if I hadn't made that mouse slip.
No, you could.
I couldn't have.
Sure. Let's see. Uh, oh, you wanted to play Rook takes F5. He takes F5. Queen takes F5 check.
Yeah,
But after King G3, you have no checks, right?
I had G4.
Oh wait, yeah.
Oh
Oh,
no.
that's interesting.
Yeah, we'll look at it. So
I,
I made an
if you look,
analysis board with the first game.
yeah.
I'm gonna invite you to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh man, I played that really badly.
Huh?
I played this really badly.
We were pretty equal the whole time, I think, until
Yeah,
it got to
but
the end.
then I blundered F7.
Yeah. So wanna go ahead and begin?
Yeah.
Alright, so I started with the Sicilian, and I brought out the Smith-Morra Gambit.
Yeah.
Is this
I,
a D3? Is that a line?
yeah, it is, but I've never played it before. I
Yeah,
usually just accept it, but I've played this at my chess club a few times, and I've always lost from the black side.
yeah.
I just have no good way to play it in some way. So
So this is
yeah, this
the
is normal.
accepted. And what I wanted to point out was the this line is the same idea I was going for in the game,
Yeah,
winning the
yeah,
queen.
exactly. That's why I always play an early knight c6.
Yeah. And I actually have never been able to play this trap in a real game before, but I thought it would be good to know when I saw it. So
Yeah, I didn't think it would work, but it did
yeah.
because of
And
my loose pawns on e5 and f7.
yeah. In this game, you usually when the knight's on c6 it guards it, but in this case material equality was still achieved.
Yeah,
Okay, so do you know anything about the lines here? I'm not.
I have no clue.
Yeah, me neither. I just
The
developed.
only thing I know is that white, for some reason, usually doesn't pick up the pawn for like 7 moves. Just lets it stay there on d3,
Oh yeah, it's
develops around it with bishop e3 and knight d2 and knight gf3, castle short,
hmm.
then takes the pawn.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think I've heard that before because the pawn's not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. But it doesn't really matter when you take it.
Yeah.
It's just fun to keep it there.
Yeah. In my analysis during the game I pointed out that at this point black could try a hedgehog position.
Yeah, but I don't like that.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean, it's sure it's possible, but
it's a matter of taste really.
yeah,
So
yeah.
d6 castle. Now at this point, I moved the bishop twice in the opening, which wasn't very good, but I had the idea of advancing e5 like I did.
Yeah, but there's actually no problem with that because the whole point of d3 is misplacing your bishop on d3.
Yeah,
But maybe from d3 it had to go to c2 instead of c4. Because if I castle short and you have played e5, um, it's watching over h7.
yeah,
I'm not sure. It's probably also a matter of taste. Maybe it's better on this diagonal. Maybe it's better on the other.
yeah. I mean,
I don't
I,
know.
I think the best square would be b3 for it, but that takes two moves to get to.
Could I have played knight a5 here? Is that good?
Knight a5.
You have any tricks with bishop f7 and e5? Or,
I don't think so, because if I push e5, obviously you take my bishop.
yeah, you take my knight. Then what? I take your pawn back, and I'm just up a pawn, right?
Yeah. Why I couldn't take your knight back because my bishop is undefended. I'd have to move him
Yeah,
back first, and then I couldn't even advance to e5, period. So,
yeah, but I meant e takes f6. In this position, knight a5, e5, knight takes c4, e takes f6. Not
oh,
take your
okay, I'll
pawn
take
back,
that
I'm
knight.
just up a pawn, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think in that situation, I'd have to retreat my bishop, and now I look kind of silly, moving it back and forth.
Yeah, but you have bishop b5 as well, just trading it off. Then my knight on a5 looks kind of silly.
Mm, good point. Okay, so you play g6. Have you ever seen the bishop takes f7 idea before?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I saw it here, and
I've played it a few times actually.
oh, you have? Have you
Yeah,
ever won the queen doing it?
I have, but not in the Smith Morgan. But I'm not
Oh,
sure
really?
how I got that.
Yeah, I think I heard it's you can do it in other openings as well.
Yeah.
So at this point, I was thinking that you probably want to take with the king here, actually,
Why?
to save the pawn.
Yeah, but now my pawn on f7 is gone, right?
Yeah, but you got this move.
Knight g5, then king e2. Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
what.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bishop g5.
So bishop g5.
And just king e7.
Yeah, king e7, and it looks like the light squared bishop's gone.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't see that idea. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So that's what.
After king takes, I wouldn't have. You couldn't have played bishop takes f7.
Yeah.
So
So
I would have been up a pawn.
yeah, that was it. It does leave your king a little bit exposed, but not too much.
Yeah, that's not really a problem with the queens off the board, right?
Yeah, I move my rook to d1 check. You just move back, and everything's fine pretty much. So yeah, that's
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah, I didn't like the structure after bishop takes f7, so I just played knight takes.
Yeah,
Didn't really
yeah, just
think of that.
keep equality here. So I went back my pawn.
Yeah,
At this point, I was evaluating it as white is slightly better,
it is. Yeah,
but white being slightly better isn't always decisive. It's just a low advantage out of the opening.
yeah. I mean, I got an advantage later on, right?
Yeah, I think so. So
f4. What was the idea after that?
the idea was I just wanted the knight to be defended.
Ah, right.
Just develop a piece. I want to connect my rooks at this point and take advantage of the open D file and the half open E file. Defend this knight in case you try moving
Maybe
your knight anywhere.
maybe I had to play knight h5 right away here.
Keep moving your knight to the rim, attacking my bishops.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, you have to give up this bishop, right? Otherwise, your knight's hanging.
yeah, I have to just move the knight back, and then you take the bishop, like what happened in the game.
Yeah, but now the bishop is undefended, so you'd have to play knight h5, knight to d3.
H5, knight to D3. Yeah,
Then isn't your knight a little awkward on f4?
yeah. If you try to restrict his play, because he can try to go to D5, so you'd
Yeah.
probably want to push D6 or something.
Yeah. I don't know. What I did couldn't be much worse, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, except my knight stays. Well, no, it doesn't stay. It moves back here.
Yeah, you could have played like rook e1 as well, but still the knight's getting a little loose on e5.
Yeah, I thought it'd be best just to move the knight back. Also, if I'm my idea during the game was to utilize the open F file, which I did in the game, and that's why I didn't move the rook to E1 because he's already on F1, prepared
Yeah,
to take over the file. That was my
but
reasoning, and also I could move my knight over here to D4 like I did.
yeah, but you know the weird thing was I thought f takes g3 was a mistake.
Yeah, I know that I said in my commentary that normally you want to take with the H pawn, but I guess it's just something I have a little personal
But
chess quirk is I
you
like
also
to
see
have the F file.
why f takes g3 is worse.
It exposes the G1 A7 diagonal.
But in an endgame, my e pawn is past pawn now.
Hmm,
That's that can be really important.
yeah. Okay. I just learned something new then.
Yeah, so this structural change is really bad for you because my kingside majority is going to be much faster in an endgame than your queenside majority now.
Yeah.
If you had taken h takes g3, they'd be around the same speed.
Okay. So I guess at this point, I have a dynamic advantage and you have a static advantage. So,
No, black has a dynamic advantage too.
oh,
I
it
mean, you
does?
got the two bishops. The only thing white has is the open f file.
Well, it did do a lot of good for me in the game.
Yeah, because I blundered.
Yeah.
Um,
So, I don't know. I guess you do have the bishop pair, which
yeah,
is good for you.
so
Okay.
I castled, which has to be good.
Castling's always good. It's funny how this already looks already looks like an endgame and it's only move 15. I've started to notice that the games get to the
Yeah,
endgame faster than I first thought. So at this point I was developing a plan which I carried out was bringing my A3 knight to D4.
yeah, I know, but um, I think it's kind of bad idea because, well, my knight on e6 is terrible. It's in the way of my e pawn. Well, there aren't really any nice squares it can go through, so you're letting me exchange that. for no good reason, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But my A3 knight is pretty bad too,
Yeah, that's true.
so I'd be exchanging a bad knight for a bad knight, I think.
So I was thinking maybe you can first take on e6 and then put your knight on d4.
Well,
Well, then you
that
don't have to.
gives that leaves two knights to two bishops.
Yeah, but I mean, I already have the bishop there.
Yeah, but I don't want to trade off my light squared bishop. I don't think.
Fair enough.
All right. So bishop to d7, developing
You know, I wanted to play a6 there.
a6.
Yeah, just restricting your pieces. You know, gonna play b5, get some extra space, kick your bishop around. But after a6, rook f to d1 or a to d1, whatever, the bishop's gonna get a really hard time getting developed
Well,
because you're controlling
okay.
d7.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm trying to think about this. You move a6 followed by you move a6, I move rook to d1, you move b5, my bishop goes back, and then can't you develop on b7?
But after immediately b5, you'll play bishop d5,
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then your bishop's restricted.
and then I'm really in trouble.
Yeah. And also on the line I was looking at, my rook could go to d7, forking your bishop and your pawn.
That's also true.
So, okay. I didn't see that move. So you just developed first. I moved here. I was trying to go ahead and carry out my knight a3 to d4 plan with tempo since your bishop is undefended. So I thought that would be a good move. Okay, and you jumped at the chance to exchange knights.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
Because it
So,
was really terrible on e6.
yeah.
I hate it. Yeah,
Okay.
and now I just blundered the f7 pawn.
Yeah. You advanced the pawn here. I guess at this
Oh,
point, what else could you have done?
said I could have even said that I didn't blunder, I mouse slipped. I meant to play e6.
Yeah, those mouse slips are pretty bad.
Yeah.
I remember the chess.com deathmatch. I think they had mouse slips
Of
online.
course
So, yeah, I got e6 defense here better.
yeah. Or f6. That doesn't work because bishop takes g8, but you get the point.
Mm,
Yeah, so e6 had to be played here. But then my bishop on d7 is so terrible.
yeah. Yeah, that light squared bishop compared to my light squared bishop isn't very good.
Yeah.
So, alright, so e5. I went ahead and took king h8. I was afraid at this point, like, did he have something after I take the pawn that wins a piece or something? And um, that's something I read about is a lot of times in grandmaster games they'll like say, or even amateur games they'll say, oh, I'm not sure if he hung a piece or sacrificed a piece. And so if you calculate it and it looks good to you, then take it.
Yeah. Or a few tricks I had maybe, but they all didn't work out. Now if I had played king f8, you might have thought, oh, let's play bishop takes g6 check, winning another pawn. And I play king to e7, right? And both of your pieces are hanging. But
Yeah.
even that doesn't work because of rook to f7.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Well,
I'm
let's
dead
see.
meat here. I'm getting checkmated. What? No, I'm not.
Yeah. And
I'm close to getting checkmated.
yeah, anywhere the king goes, I have another discovered check. Either e8 or d6, both of them are discovered. I have a discovered check. That might
Yeah,
be.
that's it's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
All right,
Alright, so.
so that didn't work. So I had to play king to h8.
Oh yeah, you play king to h8. And yeah, at this point, I didn't want to block the f file, and I didn't want to occupy the b3 square. And in my analysis, I pointed out that when you have a knight and you're looking for somewhere to put it,
Put it in front of an isolated pawn.
that too. But no, no, what I was gonna say was just pretend you can pick it up and place it anywhere on the board, and where would you want it, and then see if that's possible to do. And I looked over all the possible squares I could put it, and there actually doesn't look like a very good, like a really good one for me. So I just targeted b4, which I thought would be solid until I could find a better square for it.
b4. I like e4.
Yeah, e4 blockading the pawn.
Yeah, but there's no good way to get it over there, so e3 is better.
Yeah.
I thought that was your idea with knight c2, but you wanted it on b4? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, on d5 it's pretty good too, but after b3 and c4, and
Yeah.
knight b4 to d5 is pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm learning some too. Stronger player, some isolated pawn stuff. I haven't gone over that in about a year actually. Probably need to get that book back out. Bless you.
Thank you.
Alright, so you developed attacking my knight.
Yeah, I was hoping for knight b4 here.
Yeah, well, I like this better.
Yeah.
Take, take, and then at this point I was looking like sacrificing on f5 or something. I was trying to see
Why?
if I really had anything. It's a lot of times I try to play unsound sacrifices.
Okay.
Yeah, but I resisted and played knight to e3, attacking your bishop.
Yeah. At this point, I was getting pretty low on time, actually.
Yeah, I was throughout the match I was looking at the time and pointing it out, and at this point we're getting down to the speed frenzy with like 1 minute.
Oh, my speed frenzy doesn't start at 1 minute. It starts when I'm thinking and I'm looking at the clock and I realize, oh crap, I had 8 seconds left or something.
Yeah, that's a real
That happened
speed
actually in
frenzy.
this game.
Yeah, yeah, I was looking. I
Oh
had
crap, 8 seconds, and then I started pre-moving all of my crap.
yeah, and is it funny at the end? I you left your rook hanging for a while, and I didn't even take it. So that's
Yeah,
pre-moving too.
yeah, it doesn't really matter anyway.
Yeah. So
Yeah, bishop d3. And after e4, I thought, oh, that's pretty good actually.
yeah,
Play
I
knight
saw.
h6, bishop h6, and e3, and
Yeah,
then I realized nothing really works.
yeah. I think at this point, um, the best move is bishop to f6,
Yeah, it is.
just guarding the rook.
So we
And
don't have any bishop c4 shenanigans.
yeah, and so bishop c4, and then I had my little fun move here,
Yeah, I actually thought I had e3, but it doesn't work.
e3.
Yeah,
Yeah, it leaves both bishops hanging, and I don't think the pawn will be able to promote.
Yeah, but I thought the only way for you to win was knight takes h6. I mean, or I might be wrong here. I mean, e3. If rook takes d3, I'll play e2,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And if bishop takes d3, I'll sack an exchange on d3 and I'll play e2.
Let's look at this. So, so here you were looking at, you move here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, set aside that knight takes h6 is completely winning because of the fork on f7 and stuff. But
So we have this and you'd sack the exchange. Go here.
oh, you got king f2. Never mind. Oh crap!
Yeah.
I'm being quite stupid today.
Well, good for me, I got to win.
All right, never mind.
Okay, so see our main line. So you move back to bishop d7,
Yeah, you know,
and
I
then
thought I had e3, right?
yeah,
Now if I didn't have e3, or if I realized I didn't have e3, I wouldn't have played bishop h6. It's just stupid.
yeah. So and now I bring my king over and win the pawn.
Yeah, that's pretty much game over now.
I guess you might be able to maybe put the rook.
Oh,
Well,
put the
yeah.
rook where?
Never mind.
But on d3.
D3.
Now that looks interesting.
Well, no,
I didn't see that.
the king goes to e2.
Yeah. Then rook to e3 check, and you're lost. Your knight is hanging.
Yeah. Hmm. That's interesting.
So king e2 would have been a blunder. But am I threatening anything? Not really. Well, apparently it's a way to survive.
Yeah. This actually looks like it ties me down pretty good.
Yeah. But maybe have knight to c5.
Yeah. Rook takes. Right. I don't have any discovered attack tricks.
What do you do after rook e5?
Here, rook e5.
No. After rook d3,
After.
yeah. Then rook takes e2. Rook e5.
Oh, here.
Oh, but you got in between check on d8. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so much notation here. I don't know where I am.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Okay, so it's the line. All right. So I brought my king over. And this is where we're getting in time trouble.
Yeah. This is where it really got terrible.
Yeah. And as those exchanges, I think you probably should have kept the pieces on the board.
Nah.
Might give you
If
better
there's
drawing chances.
anything, well, next to opposite colored bishops, that's easy to draw with 2 pawns less. It's a
Yeah.
rook endgame. So.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your knight's just gonna munch pawns.
Yeah, in this part I was trying really hard to exchange my rook.
I thought I played that really well, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, keeping away from the
10 seconds
exchange.
on the clock.
So we started getting over here, moving our pawns. Made the
Yeah.
exchanges.
Here it started pre-moving.
Yeah. Alright, right here I think I should have put the rook behind the pawn. I saw that after I played it.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I still do that. And then
Wait,
here,
wait. Could I have taken that?
I don't know. Takes.
It's winning.
Here, here. I'm not sure.
No, I'm not going to
Yeah.
d6. I'm going to d7, right?
Yeah, d7.
King c8. Knight b8. Now g5.
Wow. Okay,
It's
so
a
I guess
draw.
trying to exchange rooks. Well, no, it's not a draw. You win, I think, actually.
King d5.
Huh?
King d5, and you're still saving it, right?
Well, you don't even have to do that. You can. Okay, I guess I am still saving it.
So it's a draw. Oh, that would have been good for me.
Yeah, I did not see that. But again, I'm not sure how it would have turned out since we were both in time pressure. We might not have played the best moves.
Oh, come on. You had 40 seconds left. I had 5.
Okay, you may not have played the best moves considering you left your rook hanging for. And I didn't even take it. Just queened here. But I realized at this position, I'm like, wait, his rook's hanging. What's going on? So, that
That's
was
pretty
pretty,
stupid.
yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next game because I like that one.
Yeah, you had a good attack going there. I'll go ahead and open the analysis board and send you an invite.
Yeah.
Okay, so this started with the same opening we played in a little
You know that's bad, right?
that blitz game. Yeah, that's probably bad. I haven't really taken much time to look at it.
You can take on d4, but not with the knight. Because the queen on d4 is just really good.
Yeah, this position's pretty good for you. Usually when I encounter this, I just try to set up a position with my bishops on c5 and b7, which
Yeah, but
usually,
what you should do is instead of taking the knight on d4, put pressure on it with bishop c5 or something.
yeah,
Or just put pressure on the pawn with knight f6. Those are the main lines, bishop c5 and knight f6.
yeah. Okay, so I prepared this is the usual move I play.
Yeah, well, I was hoping you'd play the same mistake again.
Yeah, I pointed out in my analysis the mistake I made last time and made sure to avoid it.
Yeah.
This is why you shouldn't play blitz speed when you're in a standard time control.
Yeah, I think I finished that 15-10 game with like 18 minutes on my clock.
Yeah, I once played a 30-minute game against someone who's actually rated like 2000 or something, I don't know. Um, and I beat him, but at the end we each still had 25 minutes on our clocks. It's like I move way too fast these days. So made the exchange, fianchetto. So this is mainly just development. You protect your
No,
pawn.
I can't help but notice that you're going through this game a lot faster than through the one you won.
I usually go through
Is that
developing moves faster.
yeah? It's not because you lost this one and won the other one.
No,
Is
it
that
is not.
just
Because I believe that this one was actually a draw. Wait,
you
then
have no
again, yours
actual?
was a draw too. If you hadn't,
Yeah,
so
I was actually better throughout most of the game.
yeah.
Oh,
But
okay, yeah.
yeah, we're at the end of development, so I'm gonna start slowing it down now. I'm not gonna try like skip through the whole game. It's like I won. This loss was a mouse slip. Don't worry about it.
Okay, yeah. There's not really much I can do, but just throw my pawns at you now.
Yep, those pawns shoving down my throat didn't make me feel too good. So I was trying to prepare a d5 pawn push. That never really worked out for me. I had to sacrifice on d5 in the end
Yeah,
to relieve the
I was
pressure.
hoping you'd let me play my queen sacrifice on h5.
You were wanting the queen sack on h5?
Yeah, I had that. You know, h5 is pretty bad, I think. Because g5, g6 is just lights out
Yeah,
immediately.
I didn't really see your g6 move. Now I moved out from the pressure you took. Okay, and at this point I'm being pressured a lot, and I
Yeah,
wanted to get rid of the f7 pawn, which is what influenced my sacrificing on d5.
yeah. You didn't really have anything else to do.
Yeah,
I mean, otherwise, I'm just gonna play f4, e5, and you're dead,
yeah.
pretty much.
At this point, is e5 a move?
Sure, but mine was, you know, more beautiful.
Yeah. Well, when you played that, I'm like, oh dang it, I didn't see that. It's not good.
Yeah, because your knight is constantly pinned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just intending on sacrificing the d pawn, but then here I realized I had to sacrifice the rook as well, and I was pretty mad about that. So, and here I sacrificed the exchange. At this point, I'm playing for a draw.
Yeah, and here you play queen takes f7, which really annoys me. I mean, why can't you play like rook d8 or something?
You wanted to sack on h5 here?
No, not here. But
Uh,
if you hadn't taken on f7, I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful checkmate,
okay. Um, wait, are you not?
right?
I just gave you full control. Show me your beautiful checkmate.
I can't.
You can't?
I have full control. But if you just play like rook d8 here for black,
Rook, alright.
something, something random.
Rook d8, which looks like a bad move to me.
Yeah, but I have queen takes h5, which is awesome,
So I'm taking,
and rook
and
takes h5 checkmate.
that is pretty.
That was what I was hoping for.
Yeah, I get a nice queen sack, especially on a TV video.
But you didn't let me play it.
Yeah, I'm stubborn that way. Have to keep them from playing their beautiful mates. Yeah. And at this point, the queen's guarding it. I guess, yeah, if I had taken with the rook, you couldn't have done it either, so. Mm. Yeah, but the whole goal of sacrificing was taking the f pawn.
Yeah, I
So
know, but still.
you were hoping and praying. So I decided to get a little greedy and try to set up some tricks to try to save the game or whatever. Maybe get perpetual or something.
Yeah, after queen takes a2, I was like, oh, that's pretty annoying actually. So
Yeah.
I was trying to get an escape plan, king d2 and rook d8 and king e3.
I was thinking moving rook to g1 here would be best actually, instead of what you played.
Rook to d1,
G1.
a g1. Uh,
Threatening mate and defending the rook at the same time.
that's possible. Yeah, but yeah. Well, there's still some interesting stuff to calculate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been better. But running with my king is awesome.
Yeah. So I just got more greedy. And here's where I want to see if I had a perpetual check. I sacrificed the knight.
I after queen d3 check, I almost interposed my rook.
Yeah, then I take with the queen.
Realized
Yeah.
that didn't work.
I'm glad you moved and I'm glad you I'm not glad that you saw that. Sorry, messing up my words. So this is what I'm curious about is if I hadn't mouse slipped, if I
Yeah.
could force a draw.
So rook takes f5.
Ah, another mouse slip. This rook's not loving me today. So, and now do I have a draw?
Well, doesn't look like you do.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe I should put this in Houdini.
nah, we can figure this out. Okay. Yep. Queen g3.
d3. I have two checks. Which do I play?
Doesn't matter. Oh well, probably queen e4 is better.
Queen. Queen where? Oh, dang it.
No, doesn't work. Yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. No. After queen e2, I'll play king h3, and you have no checks. After queen e4, I'll play king h2, and you have no checks.
Hmm.
Queen c2, and then queen g2. Yeah, that works.
So here I go to e4. You play here again.
Well, if it's not a check, I'll probably not move my king. I'll just play rook f1. You'll checkmate me. No, you will not. Yeah, I'll take
Just gave you a free piece there.
that.
Okay, so instead I would play queen here
Then
and
king h2, king h3, same position.
yeah. Okay, so it looks like I don't have a draw.
Nope.
And I was so happy I found a draw.
Was a nice try though.
Yeah, and I had that mouse slip that made me so mad. What happened here?
Yeah, but there was no reason to be mad
Yeah, I
because you
still
were
would have
lost
lost
anyway.
anyway. Yeah. Okay, so good games.
Well, one of them.
Well, still pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't like to admit that I lost.
I was actually thinking which game did he think was good and which did he think was bad.
Well, if this was the ending position, it would have been a really good game.
Yeah. So, okay, I guess are we done then?
I guess so.
Okay. Thanks, Martin. I'll go ahead and upload this one. It's pretty long, so it will probably take all day to upload.
Okay.
All right. So, I
Thanks for the
guess
games.
see you next time.
Yeah, see ya.